Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Sunday, guys. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as season. I got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Sunday, guys. So guys, in this recording, I want to speak in regards to how God is going to remove that narcissist from you. How God will remove the narcissist from you. But it's very important to understand that you have a part to play, right? It's a partnership, if you will. Also, I want to insert really quickly that everybody is not a narcissist. Like that, that word is so rampant nowadays. But everybody is not a narcissist. Some people are just liars. You're just a liar. Some people are manipulators. You're just a manipulator. It doesn't mean they're a narcissist per se, right? But right now, I'm speaking about that demonic spirit that have you in the chokehold. That demonic spirit of narcissism that have you in the chokehold, and you cannot leave no matter how much you try, right? You leave and you find yourself right back there again. They start a smear campaign. They start to blackmail you. You leave again. You find yourself right back there again. They do something foul, manipulate you to think that you're in the wrong. You get tired of the foolishness, you leave, they send flying monkeys, they love bomb you, you're right back there again. It's a whole cycle. It's a whole spider web. It's a whole zoo. It's a whole zoo, honey. As a chosen one, you attract narcissists. As a chosen one, your light within attract the darkness of a narcissist. You're a chosen one. Yes, we have these great, beautiful hearts and spirits. Again, we're not perfect. We ain't that cute, boo. But our spirits are pure. Our motives and our intentions are always pure. Doesn't mean we're perfect. Even with these big, beautiful hearts, tell me if I'm lying or not. Even with these big, beautiful hearts, tell me if I'm lying or not. That when you have had enough of a person, you leave, never to return. When a person have played with you one too many times, you leave to the point of no return. When you are sick of folks, and I mean really sick of folks, you leave to the point of no return. And then people are confused because it's almost like, I don't understand. Like, how do you go from night to day? Like, you're such this great person, and now like I can't even get a response from you. I can't even get when a chosen one is done, we're done. We give everything when the person is in our lives. Now, also keep in mind, narcissism is not only a romantic, like you can have a parent who's a narcissist, right? But when the person is in our lives, we're so good to you. We treat you real, real good. We give you everything within our time together. So we have nothing left to give once we dismiss you. But in all fairness, we warn you in the beginning and throughout. But again, because people know that we have these great, beautiful hearts, they just assume it will always stay that way. So I say all that to say, if you can cut people off who've played in your face, if you can cut people off who disrespect and dishonor you, if you can cut people off because you are just finally sick and tired and it has been the last straw, why can't you cut off this one who have played with you in your face, who've had a smear campaign, who've blackmailed you, who've tortured you, who've lied, who've cheated, who've scammed, why can't you cut this particular one off for good. Because it's a spirit. You cannot fight spirit with flesh. See, the others, you could remove them because it wasn't a demonic spirit. It's flesh and flesh. I mean, it is what it is, right? They weren't narcissists. So you're not battling a demonic spirit. Now, they may have had some demons in them, if you will, but it wasn't, it wasn't a demonic, it wasn't a spirit of narcissism. Think about it. With everybody you've encountered, you never encountered a spirit like this where you feel like your mind is slipping. These people, only the grace of God keeps people's mind when it comes down to dealing with true narcissism. These folks can snatch your mind. They will have you thinking that you're crazy. All along, I mean, they're the crazy ones, but they're so great at manipulation if you don't know any better, especially when you don't even know that you're dealing with a narcissist. See, it's one thing once you've already encountered that spirit and know what it is, you break away, or even if you're still in the thick of it, when you encounter another one, when you finally realize and acknowledge what that spirit is, then you have a better chance of how to deal with it. But you have people who never even experienced a narcissist and they're in the middle of a relationship of whatever sort, and they're trying to battle this thing with the flesh, not even knowing that it's a narcissist. You will feel like you're losing your mind. The more you love them, the more they hate you. The more good you do for them, they take it around and flip it and make you think that it's nothing. Now, you had all of these great intentions trying to just buy love in some kind of way or create something in some kind of way just to have them value you or whatever, and they turn around and make you feel worthless. All of this is mind games. It's intentional now. It's intentional. They manipulate you. They lie on you. Tell everybody the complete opposite. Right? You finally break away. You're still trying to protect them. So you don't even go and tell the other people that they're having a smear campaign with. You don't even tell them what they've done to torture you, because in some kind of crazy way, you're still trying to protect them while they're trying to take you out. If that's not demonic, what is that? How are you trying to fend for a person who's trying to take you out? That's demonic. It's a spiritual battle, spiritual warfare. So I can sit here all day long in regards to the different things that narcissists do and how they create all this drama and foolishness and have people mind in the spider web, right? We can sit there all day, but I'm sure I have some recordings on that. But I really want to speak today in regards to how that narcissist is going to be removed in this season. Now, there's tons of ways on how narcissists can be removed, but I'm speaking on a specific download. This may not be for you. Get in where you fit in. Tap in. As a chosen one, there's a call on your life. There is something that God needs to use you for. Now, remember, we all are used completely different. I mean, some people, you get the point here. We all are used differently. So if there's a call on your life and God needs to literally have you walking in purpose and calling for these end time destiny assignments and get you all set up and prepared, he sure can't do it like this, because you're a shell of yourself at this point. If you're dealing with a narcissist, you are a shell of yourself at this point. You don't know your head from, honey, you don't know your head from your feet if you're truly dealing with a narcissist. So because it's time, because you answered that call, in some kind of way. There can be tons of ways for what's popping in my head now. Just a meltdown, all by yourself, crying. The narcissist already did something crazy. Honey, they turn everybody against you. They lied and told you nobody likes you. They done got like something done happened. Something happened to trigger this meltdown. Now, mind you, it's not your first meltdown. If you're dealing with the narcissist, you've done had 1,000. But it was something about that last meltdown. This is all popping up in my head now. When you had the meltdowns prior, you truly weren't ready. You thought you were ready to leave, but you really weren't ready. So you would not have been strong enough to even partner with God. Because when you partner with God, it's obedience over emotions, right? He gives you directions. He gives you insight. He gives you instructions, intricate details. Do this, don't do this, go here, don't go there, do this, that, and third. Okay. It's a partnership. So at that time, honestly, you weren't ready. You were maybe 80% ready, but you weren't ready. So he had nothing to work with. Also, what's popping up in my spirit, and this is the absolute truth, and I think any chosen ones who've dealt with narcissists, if they're finally in their due season and they've really truly conquered this spirit, if you will, they can attest that the strength that they have now, the confidence that they have now, all of that was created in the process of dealing with narcissists. It's almost like God takes, what's the Bible verse? Please help me out, my good scripture people. God takes what the enemy meant for harm and turn it for your good. It doesn't feel like it when you're in it. It feels like torture. It feels like hell on earth. But it builds you and it equips you for the very way that God is going to be using you. So part of that was also God's training you in the process, strengthening you in the process. Because the type of battles that you would have to endure, the type of spiritual warfare that you will have to endure when it comes down to purpose and calling, right? You wouldn't have the strength and the power to, if you never discovered how strong you were from dealing with a narcissist and all the things that God taught you within that process. All right, so whatever. The time is now, because you've been trained throughout the process. Even though you feel like a shell of yourself, you won't even feel strong until God brings you completely out of this thing. Then you're going to realize, like, oh my, I am strong, right? Okay, so you've learned. You've cried out for help, and you're now at 100%. You're ready. Seriously, you're ready to leave. But it's still a spiritual tie. So your mind and your body, you don't even like this person anymore. This is how you know it's demonic. You don't even like them. And you still feel tied. That's how you know it's spiritual. It's demonic. So that last offense. And see, this is where not only narcissists, but people in general, this is when they get thrown off. Because when it comes to chosen people, something happened where it's like night and day. They can't figure out, how do you go from the most loving, the most kind, the most gentle, not perfect, the most safe place to overnight, I want absolutely nothing to do with you ever again. No hate, no harm. Truly wish the best for you in the sense of getting yourself right with the Lord so you don't, but That's a done deal. And so people get thrown off because it's like, I don't understand this. So were you wearing a mask the whole time? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And truth of the matter is, even when that light switch goes off and we change in the sense of releasing you, our spirits are still just as pure. We're still just as kind. You just can't tap into it. Your time is up. The assignment is up. So the grace is no longer there for us to even care. We don't care. Now, it's a difference in not caring about something and wishing you harm. Absolutely not. God bless you. Honestly, truly, God bless you. Truly hope you find God. Truly. But in all fairness, we warned you. In the beginning, in the middle, and even towards the end, we warned you. But because people know we have these big, beautiful spirits, oh, you will always be kind. You will always be nice. Friends, don't be nice. Now, that's a process because many chosen people are nice and not kind. Typically, it's going to be unhealed chosen people, unhealed empaths who are nice. Healed empath, healed chosen ones are kind. Nice means you're a people pleaser. Nice means people are going to drag you for filth. People are going to use you, abuse you, and put you somewhere in the cuckoo house because you have zero boundaries. People will play in your face for a lifetime. They will know you're not going anywhere. They know they can use you forever and you will remain. Just to end up a shell of yourself. Just to have them leave when they've tapped you out. Okay? Kind, heal, hold, chosen one's empath. Kind is you're nice with boundaries. You're kind, you're gentle, you're loving. You will help anybody if you can, if you see them in need from a healthy place. Not from a people. You don't help from people pleasing, you help from purpose. And when you realize people are playing in your face, you don't let them stick around. You remove them. You cut their access off once they reveal to you their true motives and who they are. Where a nice person, the person can reveal to you truly who they are, and you will still have them around, and because you're moving from a seed of rejection or abandonment, and so you just don't want to be where when you're healing whole. Listen, if I can truly help or assist anybody in whatever way, I will. But I see your motives right off. Right off. And even sometimes as a chosen one, what we'll do is we'll give them a little bit of rope. Now, we already know what it is, right? We're not going to tell you. We're just going to hope and pray you got some common sense to realize how rare of something that you have, right? So hopefully you'll realize like, this is rare. I need to change my... So we're going to give you a little bit of rope to hang yourself. Now, some people are wise, but most people are going to take that same rope and hang themselves. And then you lose access to the very rare thing that you once had. All right, so back to, I went left for a second. Because you're ready now, 100%. Because you're ready now, you've asked God to step in. Because you're ready now, God has prepared you and equipped you. So how he's going to use you after your healing season. Because you must go through a healing season. Now, how long that season is, that's between you and God. And also, it depends on your obedience to submitting through the process. If you fight against it, you're going to potentially remain longer, obviously, right? You're a shell of yourself. He can't take you from being abused and tortured by narcissists, especially if it's been a very long time, and then throw you into due season where everything that was always meant for you, every person, every place, everything, where you literally favor finds you, he can't throw you in that season by skipping a healing, because you're going to bleed on everything that he has for you because you're broken. You still have low, because the narcissist does this. So you have low self-esteem, have no confidence. You're a people pleaser. This is how bad they screw you up. You think everything is your fault. You don't even trust your own judgment on something, right? In due season, you have to make decisions. You got to make decisions. So you can't even trust your own judgment at this point, because that's how they screw with your mind. So a healing season is crucial. So how do you partner with it? Right? It's time. You're ready. So how do you partner with it? Ultimately, it's obedience. Your flesh wants to partner, but is really not strong enough yet. So there's a grace at this specific time. And you must move at this specific time. See, we got to understand that there's always grace, if you will, but then there's Kairos moments, and then there's certain things that it's like, because it's the season, you got to move when it's the season. You can't linger. You can't know that, okay, God, I hear you clear as day. Seriously, everything is dried up. Truly, the time is now. But yet he give you an instruction, and then you're disobedient to the instruction because it's fearful, or it's the fear of the unknown. And you're just like, God, can we just do it next month? Listen, you'll be there until Jesus come home. You'll be stuck in that spider web, honey, till Jesus come home. One thing you don't want to do is play around and miss a season, because it's not even guaranteed those seasons are going to come back around. Or it could be a very, very long time when those seasons. Listen, one thing I've learned, God don't need us. We're not the only person, meaning us individuals. We're not the only one. So let's just say your whole purpose and calling is, children's ministry, right? Maybe a orphanage or something like that. And truly, God needs us to be set up in the end time because things are going to get crazy. This, that, and the third, right? You're a chosen one, so there's favor in your life. You're going to have the fruit. You're going to have the funds. You're going to have everything to do what it is that God needs you to do. All right. Do you think you're the only one? As cute as you are, do you think you're the only one that God can use? Do you know how many other people are like in alignment and truly doing the right thing, eager, right, to be obedient to their instructions, who are ready to have advancement and to do? Do you think you're the only one? No. But you deserve it. And because he's already equipped you. See, he equipped you through the abuse of the narcissist, through the torture. He kept your mind. He equipped you. He knows that you deserve better. He wants you to have it because you didn't give up on him. So he's trying to bless you. But he's not going to sit here and get all entangled with foolishness. You're already entangled with the narcissist. He's trying to help you, right? All right. So it's going to look like this. Now, again, please take your situation. Everything is not going to look the same, but you'll be able to flow with it, right, from the Holy Spirit in the sense of your situation and how it applies. All right. It's going to look like this. You're going to have that meltdown. Again, this is the last meltdown. Honey, if you had a meltdown last night, somebody had one last night, I can feel it, right? Or last week or whatever. And I mean, you were crying. You were just done. Lord, I am done. I am done. I am done. Please, God, right? Something you said. You're now in alignment. I'm done. I want better. Please bring me some blessings. Please get me out of this situation. You're in alignment. Now he's going to allow some kind of offense to happen. Now, the meltdown is just a meltdown. You've had 1,000, right? It is what it is. That's not the offense. They've always offended you. But some kind of offense is going to happen after the meltdown. That offense can look like they cheated, right? They probably always cheated, but I'm trying to make a point here. This last offense is the offense that you needed. They cheated. They didn't come home again. Somehow they lied on you. They started some kind of drama. Everybody has flipped on you. Because, they turn everybody against you. This can look like the whole family, or this can look like the whole bike club meeting. Something happened where they're going to offend you for the last time. Something happened at the family barbecue. Something happened. And that something that happened is going to connect with the emotions of your very last meltdown. And something's going to snap that this is it. Now, hear me and hear me well, because you've probably already said that 1,036 times. But your spirit will tell you this one right here. I don't care if you cheated 900 times. This one right here is what I needed. Now that the offense has happened, there's a supernatural grace that's going to come upon you. And it's going to make every single instruction that God gives you is not going to make it easy per se, but it's going to make it much more easier than if you were given that instruction a year ago. The key is you must move now with the instruction. You cannot prolong it. That looks like, now hear me again, right? Everybody's instructions may be different, but you just gotta ride with me, right? You gotta plug in your scenario, let the Holy Spirit guide you. That instruction may look something off the wall, because at this point you probably have nothing planned because you didn't even see this coming. You thought you would be entangled with this nutcase for the rest of your life. You didn't see this one offense coming. So you're not even prepared. So that instruction may look like, just saying for examples, I don't care if you've had that number for 96 years at T-Mobile. Somebody with T-Mobile just got hit. Go and change that number. And I mean change it now. Not when you get off work. Go change it now, right? That's how profound your instruction will be. And in fact, you will actually have, well, maybe not. I was going to say have excitement to do it. But some people, you may be excited because okay, something is moving here. Something is moving here. But then with others who still, because everybody's different. Some people like that fear of the unknown. Like, God, wait a minute. I had this number for 96 years. Like, oh my goodness. What if like somebody who was trying to find me, who I haven't heard from this person in 17 years, what if one day they like try to find me? You'll sit here and you'll battle with yourself. Honey, this ain't the time to play. And every time you start thinking about something like that, you're going to get a conviction. You're going to get a conviction. Just do what I tell you to do. First of all, if somebody haven't called you in 17 years, honey, right? That's the enemy. First of all, trying to mess with your mind. But even if so, they'll find you on social media. People have ways to find you if they really want to find you. Go change that number. That instruction can be, you left out of the house from the offense, meaning the last offense, and maybe you went and got a hotel. because they pitched you went and got a hotel. So you hadn't been even back in the house since the last offense. You left out, got a hotel, stayed at your homegirl house, homeboy house, whatever. The instruction may be, I don't care what you got in that house. Don't go back to that house. See, most people, if you're not careful, you're going to get clipped up here because you're going to try to make things out of common sense. Like, Lord, what do you mean don't go back in the house? Like, my clothes are still there. Honey, that clothes got spirits up in here. He's trying. Listen, if that's your instructions, you got to be obedient. You got to trust. If common sense and logic would have gotten you out of it, you would have been gone a long time ago. You've been stuck there for 95 years with common sense and logic. This is spiritual. So it's obedience over emotions. He'll buy you a whole 5-bedroom closet once he gets you to where he needs to get you. Leave them demonic clothes and demonic spirits up in that closet. Sage didn't work. Leave that stuff there if that's what he's requiring you to do. Now, that's not everybody, but if he says that, do it. He may say don't go back up in the house because he knows there's something the enemy already strategically, because listen, the enemy knows when certain things, listen. When God is really moving swiftly in your life, things are in alignment. You're going to have spiritual encounters with angels, things like that. The enemy knows something is up. He's no fool. So now, before you know it, the narcissist already got some kind of download from the enemy, somewhere to trap you back up. God is very, very, very strategic. The enemy is too, but God is most strategic. Follow your instructions. If he say don't go back in the house, please do not go back in that house. Don't try to make sense out of it. Just follow his instructions. He may tell you, get in your car and just drive. Hit the interstate, and I mean just drive. You don't even know where you're going. You can be driving 6 hours in, still don't know where you're going. He just telling you to drive out. You will feel in your spirit when it's time to stop. Honey, by the time you stop, wherever you end up at, there's going to be a spiritual feeling that feels like home. Like, this is where I belong. He may tell you, remember 3 months ago when someone called you for a job interview so you got mad with the narcissist one day, like, I don't know, 6 months ago. You got mad with the narcissist and you really thought you was ready to leave and you was really done, like seriously. So you started like applying for jobs online because you were just mad one day, right? And then the people called you and the narcissist already got back in your head and you never answered those people call. He may say something like, remember the job that called you 3 months ago, 6 months ago? Call those folks back. And here you call back and people are like, oh yeah, well, I mean, we did hire someone else that never showed. I mean, would you like the position? Everything will be in alignment. Everything will literally fall in place for you. This is why it's important to just move. But people, again, we all are different. Some people have to see the whole blueprint before they take the step. It's almost like, well, no, because I don't know how this is going to work out. I don't know if I'm going to have a job when I get there. I don't know if my car is going to break down. I don't know. Right? No. Now, yes, we have wisdom, we have discernment, the whole 9 yards. But I'm speaking about when you are in alignment and you are truly moving in alignment, things will unfold for you naturally as you go. It's not logic. It's not common sense. It's supernatural. And when you get to wherever you're going, let's say you're the person where, I don't know, he may have said, get in the car and just drive 6 hours. When you get there, favor will find you. You will meet people randomly. Somebody's going to give you a house. right? Your application, and I don't even have a job here. How am I going to get? I don't have. Listen, don't worry about none of that. I'm telling you, God, it's supernatural, because when God connects it, it's all God ordained, right? So the person already, God is going to alert them. It will be other God ordained people, and then the person is just going to randomly trust you. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to trust you, because I was once in your situation, so. And God showed me favor, and someone helped me when I was, so I'm going to help you, right? It's gonna all just fall in alignment. Okay. All right. So that's a few different type of instructions. Again, there can be thousands of them. When you get where you're going and you finally get situated, favor finds you, you're going to discover a peace that you've never ever felt. The problem with that is you're not used to peace. You're used to chaos. So the peace is going to disturb you. Sounds crazy, right? The peace will disturb you. So during this time, this is when the enemy is going to really, really, really play with your mind. Did I make the right decision? Should I go back? This is when the narcissist, even though you changed that number, or maybe you didn't, maybe that was not your instruction, who knows? The narcissist is going to put that pressure on you more than ever. Why? Because they feel and they know that this offense is different from the last. This one may have been the one that rocked the boat. So now they're frantically trying to, because now they know, right, their main supply has gotten away. Your job, your partnership is to remember exactly what God told you when you were on that road, driving to who knows where. Your job is to remember what God said to you. Don't you answer that phone. Don't you respond. I don't care who the flying monkey is. Do not respond. If a flying monkey call you, and if the flying monkey happens to mention that person's name, put firm boundaries up with the flying monkey. I don't mean any harm. I don't mean any disrespect. But for my own peace and my own sanity and protecting my peace, please do not mention Derek's name. I don't even know who Derek is, honey. Please, please do not mention Derek's name. If the flying monkey does not respect your boundary, now remember, you may be tempted because you're lonely now. You're not used to peace now. The enemy is playing with your head. Maybe Derek didn't cheat. Maybe you just went through his phone and you shouldn't. The manipulation is now taking over your mind again. It's obedience over emotions. So now you may be craving Derek. But who is your God? Derek. So let's just say you make a mistake and the flying monkey calls you back again for the second time, and you do have this conversation about Derek. Now, Derek already told the flying monkey something to trigger you, because Derek already knows that you're gone, right? So, or he can't really he can feel that your spirit, like he can feel the disconnect spiritually. So now Derek is going to have the flying monkey, who may be his mom, who knows, or one of his kids that's not your child per se, but you love the child. They're going to use the person that you guys are mutually tied to, who you are very fond of, somebody that you really, really love and is a heartstring of yours. So now Derek is going to make some kind of lie up. His mom's going to call you and be like, hey, Derek said you left the state and you moved away because you said you didn't like my cooking. And you're like, these folks are crazy. They would do anything to get some kind of response, right? So here you are like, Miss Gloria. Miss Gloria, you really thought, how could I say something like this? First of all, I told you every time you cook, I told you I love your cooking. How could you even believe that? And she's like, Now Miss Gloria think you lying. You said her sweet potato been dry, honey. Derek then create this whole lie. And she's like, I don't, that's my child. I don't see why Derek would even lie about something like that. And now, honey, you are spazzing out. Now you calling Derek. You trifling son of. Why would you tell your mom, child, you just fed him for another month? You just fed him for another month. You've been disobedient to God, but God's going to understand, right? He's going to really work with you. He's going to give you a new instruction. All right, since your head is so hard, change the number. That may have not been your instruction initially, like someone else's. Now this will be your instruction because see, Derek and Mrs. Gloria, I don't care how fond you are of Mrs. Gloria. I don't even care if you think y'all can get past that. The fact that Derek is using his mama as a flying monkey, block Mrs. Gloria. And you're like, Lord, I can't block Mrs. Gloria. This lady is 85. Block Mrs. Gloria. It's your instructions. It's obedience over emotion. Mrs. Gloria is not your God. God is trying to save your mind. Poor Mrs. Gloria, who's a flying monkey, don't even know what her son is doing. She don't even know it. These folks are sick. They twist up everybody's mind. They turn everybody against each other. Everybody's beefing, and the narcissist is sitting back in the cut just smiling. Just sick. Dark and twisted. So you're going to keep getting instructions. And one of those instructions may drop you. It may not be Mrs. Gloria. It may be the stepchild. The child that you love like your own. But sadly, the narcissist is going to use anybody. Now they're using the child. And you know how much you love the child. Now the child is calling you, why would you leave my daddy? My daddy said that you left because you don't like us anymore. And you know this child may deal with abandonment issues because maybe their biological mother was not there. And that's why Derek had custody of them. And here you came in as a step parent, right? Really loving on and bonding with these kids. And here God is telling you, change the number. It may drop you. But this is truly when you have to ride with obedience over emotions. This is when you have to make a conscious decision that God is trying to save my life. God is trying to protect my mental health. I know if I don't move with this shift, a shift may never return and I will be stuck in this situation, never to escape ever again. You're going to have to be strong. And the only way you can do that, you cannot fight this with flesh. Look what flesh got you at with Mrs. Gloria. You can fight this with flesh. The only way you can fight this is obedience over emotions. Every instruction that God gives you, you must obey regardless if you want to, regardless if you don't understand how it even makes sense or align, regardless if it means you got to leave some things behind, including the bank account. You can't spend the money if your mind is gone. That money got spirits attached. He's going to, spirits and energy transfer. Logic says, I put $5,000 down on that house too. Spirit says that 5,000 is going to keep demonic ties attached in the spiritual realm to him. He put 5,000, you put 5. That's attachment. Let it go. I'll give you triple that. I'm going to take care of you. Just trust me. And you're going to get to enjoy it. You didn't enjoy that. Ciao. Bro, she's a witch. She's a witch. She's a thick witch. Bro, you know you can It's nothing for you to drop a chick. And you can't shake this one who she don't even like you. And you know that, but you can't shake her. Soul tie, narcissist, love spells, love potions. Listen, there's only one way to conquer them. Obedience over emotions. Obedience over emotions is the strategic way God is getting you out of situations. Follow your instructions. You know that one thing that you question that she brought into that house. House ain't in right sense. Spirit ain't in right sense. Something ain't right. She brought something in that house. Something you, and when you saw it, you knew it looked demonic. But she done turn you out again. And you wide open. Spirit wide open. Follow your instructions. I don't care if she calls you. And I don't care if she called 3 o'clock in the morning. You are not. This last night was your last time. Last night, child, somebody getting hit right now. Last night was your last time. Play with it. No pun intended. Kizzy is Sunday. Play with it if you want. Play with it if you want. I'm trying to protect you. Because see, y'all want to be taking advantage, not y'all, as in y'all, I'm speaking general here. Y'all want to be taking advantage of grace. People want to be taking advantage of grace. And the whole time, God be trying to save our lives. It's obedience over emotion. It's a strategic way out of the situation. Have your flesh gotten you out of it? How many times you said you wasn't going to deal with that chick again? How many times you said that? Any other chick, all you need is 1 or 2 times and you're done. It's 2 years. Chick don't even like you. You know, Lord, it's spiritual. It's spiritual. Flesh cannot be fought. I'm sorry. Spiritual demons cannot be fought with flesh. Flesh is just not strong enough. Point blank period. Flesh is not strong enough. Point blank period. Why do you think most people who really put the work in and people who can really be faithful, seriously, it's because they're submitted, meaning the Holy Spirit holds them accountable, not the person. It's not that you're, and hear me well, because that's not everybody. Some people have mastered just flesh in general through other means, I guess, through just whatever, right? But ultimately, I'm speaking about a lot of the times your obedience is to, because you know you are held accountable to the Holy Spirit. There's a higher power rather than just flesh alone, because we're human. We're human. You're going to harass my nerve. I'm not going to like you, right? I might get turned off 1 month, right? It's obedience to the higher power. Like, if for some reason I can't get up off of my brother, I don't know who you are, sir. I really don't. Truly, I don't. I guess you might telling yourself if you don't comment on this recording. But obedience over emotion. Last night was the last night. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.